So, a lot happened in the past century. The Great Depression, World War II, Korean War, Chinese Civil War, and all that stuff. So today in this video of Evan Talk, I am going to list the three, four, five most important events in each decade from 1920. I know a lot of you guys just study the recent history, sometimes you guys go to like really far away, like medieval times, but this is just recent, and some adults they forget about the history, right? Those that don't study history will forget about it. So yeah, and in this video I'll just brief you guys about it, and yeah. I also have the links in the description for all the events that I list, which can be very tiring. I think I might upload this at 7:30. Okay, years 1920s. Um, Women gain the right to vote in the United States. Number 2, Benito Mussolini, leader of the National Fascist Party, became Prime Minister of Italy, and the Great Depression starts in 1920 when the stock market crashes, which is the NYSE that crashed. 1930s, number 1, middle of the Great Depression, and ended in 1939. Number 2, Hitler rising into power, and number 3, World War II starts with the invasion of Poland. 1940, middle of World War II, and end in 1945 when the U.S. dropped bombs in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Mahatma Gandhi is assassinated, who made peaceful protests to make India independent, and invention of the microwave. 1950s, the Korean War and Vietnam War starts. The Korean War is a conflict. I don't know if it was official, that the Soviet Union and the Allies and with the People's Republic of China clashed together. Yeah, in the Vietnam War, when North Vietnam invaded South Vietnam, and North Vietnam was communist, South Vietnam was democracy, and then communists won. Number 2, NASA has organized the Space Administration. Number 3, the U.S. ended occupation in Japan, and Japan is now an independent country. 1960, ongoing Vietnam War, which is what's still going on, and Bay of Pigs invasion, which I think this year, I don't know actually. And then number 3, Jfk was assassinated. John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas, with huge crowds, and it was also on TV. Number 4, Americans landed on the moon in 1969, which was a very big accomplishment for the US against the Soviets. 1970s, the US President Richard Nixon resigned for Watergate scandal, which I'm not going to talk about because I forgot everything when I researched it. Number 2, oil crisis that made all the oil prices jump up, and yeah, something like that. Number 3, the last man on the moon stepped up into the launcher or whatever and went back to Earth, and that was the last person to land on the moon in the 1900s. Alright. And number 4 of 1970, Apple was founded. The great company that made the iPhone, iPod, iPad, Mac, Apple TV, Apple Watch, and that stuff. 1980s, Ronald Reagan is elected president. I'm not going to say if I support him or not because I'm not going to talk about politics on any of my YouTube channels. Number 2, the Berlin Wall falls after about, 28 years of its existence. Started in 1961 to 1989. Challenger explodes. Very sad. We kind of think NASA did it. NASA was at fault because someone did warn them, but NASA just didn't really do anything, which I didn't like. Alright, 1990s. The Hubble Space Telescope was launched, and it's still in operation, and it made so many good photos. Number 2, Dolly the sheep is cloned. Successful, the first mammal to be cloned. Number 3, the USSR falls in 1991. Okay, 2000s. The September 11 terrorist attacks. So this Al-Qaeda, they had 2 planes crashed into the Twin Tower, and the war on terror started, which is still going on today. Okay, number 3. Number 2 is war on terror. Number 3, George W. Bush is elected president. I don't have any comments on him. Obama is also elected president in the same decade, in 2009 and 2008. And sworn in 2009. I don't have any comments on him too. And number 5. Okay, 5. Ronald Reagan dies. Very sad. I'm not going to tell you if I support him or not. And number 6. Google becomes internet's most visited site. And number 7. The Apple iPhone is announced in 2007. Alright. 2010s. Steve Jobs died. Sadly, the person that founded Apple. Very sad. He's also one of the founders of Pixar, which I love the movies. I love Finding Nemo, Finding Dory. I love Toy Story. He was a great guy. He made such good movies. I loved him. But I don't really like him for the Apple part, because Apple and Fortnite are going on. Whatever, blah, blah. Trump is elected president. I'm not going to say anything about him because he's still the current president, but I have positive and negative feelings for him. The coronavirus starts. I'm not going to say anything else for that. 2020. Trump is impeached but stayed in office. I'm not going to say anything else about that. Brexit. Britain and I forgot the other overseas territory leaves the European Union. I don't know why they left exactly, but the 52% of British people voted for it. Number 3, coronavirus keeps going. Number 4, George Floyd is killed and caused a lot of protests. Number 5, SpaceX launches 2 NASA astronauts into space, making the first private company to launch humans into orbit. So I hope we had a good Evan talk today. This is just my light that I have. And I would probably see you guys next time. But before I go, let me tell you some more about the next video. So the next video I'm doing is going to be, did the Vikings really wear horns or did they not? That is a question for the next video, and it's coming out on Saturday, so stay tuned at 6, probably 7, maybe. So stay tuned and watch that video when it's out at 6 p.m. So I'm just going to sit here for a while and just look at you. Maybe we'll have a staring contest. Oh, I think I lost. If you guys stared at me longer, then yeah. And also, after Vikings wear horns, I'm just going to tell you the threat of climate change is the video after that. So I'll see you guys next time, and yeah, bye. Where's my